Hello, you beautiful wonders of the world out there. Welcome back to my channel here at The Craft of Living, where we are expanding and growing every day in spirituality and sharing our experiences. And using these wonderful tools like tarot decks and oracle decks to help facilitate that. So welcome back for my hangout sesh as we unbox this beautiful new deck here. I'm so excited to bring you today. I did a little pre-order on Amazon when I saw it. I really love fairies, although I haven't found a fairy deck that really hits it for me. When I saw the previews of this deck, it had a whimsy that I haven't seen yet entirely in this fashion in any deck out there. So I was really excited for it. Of course, there's mushrooms included in this. So I'm excited to bring this to you today. So this deck is called the Fairy Wheel Tarot. The art is by Emily, I'm going to mess up her last name here, but the artwork is by Emily, and the deck is by Leeza Robertson. Fiegenschuh, nope, can't do it. Sorry, I tried. Sounds like a German name of some kind. Not sure what ethnicity that is, but awesome and excited to open this today. Savor your journey through the seasons with fairies guiding each step. This splendid tarot introduces you to the many magical creatures of fairy and encourages you to connect with nature through seasonal energy, from the high fae of the major arcana to the will-o'-wisps, which is the swords, the sprites, the cups, the dragons is the wands, and the gnomes are the pentacles of the minor arcana. These mystical beings are easier to join your adventure through the wheel of the year. This kit will answer your questions, illuminate hidden truths, and offer solutions to both everyday dilemmas and futures still unfolding. So this is a Llewellyn deck, so we can kind of know what to expect with the stock. But first, can I just bring lovely attention? I know you guys can know how old I am based on my obsession here. These are the only two I own. But I've had this one. She's a reorder from childhood, actually, because my mom threw away my whole collection when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure it scarred me for life. So I had to go on eBay and order my own replica. And as you can see, her hair is no longer a light pink as it used to be, but she was one of my ultimate faves with these cool wings. Super, super fascinated with that. But I mean, you know, this ties right into the fairies because I was fascinated with things that could fly. That was my obsession when I was little. And yeah, I just got this one. She's a new purchase. I can't tell if she's been remodeled because her hair just looks too beautiful. I mean, come on, look at her. She's like picturesque in every pose. If I could just have music, background music to her. Oh wait, I do. Anyway, she's cute. I have always wanted one of these fuzzy ponies when I was little, so I just found her on eBay and I got her for a pretty good price. And she looks pretty darn good in my opinion. All her fuzzy stuff is still on her. We'll see how she does in this humidity. Now, I know this is not an unboxing of My Little Ponies, but I just have to share all things, right? And there's just something about their faces and their eyes that just bring me back to that cuteness. And it's probably why I have my whole business based around cuteness, is just how they were back then. So fun. Favorite thing to do with ponies? Let me know yours. Is this. Okay, that's enough of that. I just wanted to do that a couple times. But I love to hear the trampoline, you know, the horse hooves on the ground. And before we get into this lovely unboxing, I started getting into it's not really new, I've been into coloring for a while, but I just up-leveled my game big. So I've been using Crayola pencils, colored pencils, to color my stuff for a while now. And I don't do it too often, being that I don't give myself permission to. You should be doing something more productive. But I've thrown that to the breeze, and I've up-leveled my pencils. Now, I went from Crayola to going to this bad boy. So I ordered And this isn't a fair price point, by the way. I didn't want to go too crazy with getting professional pencils, because I know it can get crazy out there. I just wanted like a medium range. And this set was about 40 bucks. I got an oil-based color pencil set by Color. This is kind of a generic brand, but it is a higher brand than Crayola. So Crayola is all I've ever experienced, so this was a big step up for me. And let me just say, I was ecstatic with the color selection. There's so much to choose from. But I had to, of course, get a case for it. Put that aside for a second, because I have to show you this cute case. It's peaches and pumpkins and this cute, adorable mouse. But I didn't know there was such a thing as like a professional pencil case. These are the colors I'm using in one of my pieces right now. And then it has a zipper thing back here. But let's open it. I'm going to show you my little stuff. And it just feels so good when you do stuff like this and you get a new set and then you get to like organize it. Like, oh my gosh, look at this book. And you know you're inspired by colors if this really gets your wheels going. And they get mine going. Like, these colored pencils look so nice. I'm so excited to dive into all these colors and learn about shading. And I also put in my gel pens. These ones didn't fit. I think like 6 pens didn't fit, because it's only supposed to house 200 and something pencils or 100 something gel pens, and I'm trying to do both. But it fits close enough. And these gel pens, by the way, are the bomb. Chromatech all the way. I really recommend Chromatech. But isn't that nice? Just you have that ready to go when you're ready to create in your books, and then you just zip it on up. You have it all categorized and ready to go. And in the back here, I've actually also stored some of my refills. These are the refills for the Chromatech glitter pens. Super nice. And just keep it all together. Makes it easy. It is a bit stretched, to be honest. I wasn't sure it was going to fit. I don't think it can stretch much more. This is the maximus of it. This is at capacity. This is at capacity, but it still feels nice and functional, so I really like it. Just wanted to share that real quick with everybody for fun. And if you're ready, let's get into it. I'm excited. I've taken a little break from tarot for the last couple days, and then I get back into it. Does anybody else do that? You get super, super into it for a while. It's not for a while, it's more like the other way around. You're always into it, but there's some days that you just don't want to touch it at all. I don't know why, but that's how it felt for me the last couple days. I am going through a lot of transitions though, as I feel like the world is going through transitions, so I just kind of gotta roll with it. Has this nice flap opening, this nice little trifold here, the nice color scheme, the royal blue and nice greens there. The guidebook is so tiny. I for some reason I thought that they had Tarot of the Witch's Garden, that it was going to be a bigger thing. Excuse me, and that the book would be bigger. So, but that's okay. Let's just take a look at it. So first of all, this is the Devil card, I believe. I have to, no. I'm sorry. It's a different picture. It is a table like this. There's a different dude sitting over here for the Devil card. We'll come across it when I read it, or when I open this. So this is the author, Leeza Robertson. And what I loved about this is that in the description they talk about this deck is 10 years in the making. So with all this AI stuff out there, like somebody thinks up an image, types in a description, and bam, they have a deck. And I get it, there's a lot of back and forth, and there's a lot of fine-tuning. Oh, she made a nosedive. You know, there's a lot of fine-tuning and stuff for that, but you know, at the end of the day, it's great, you're utilizing a tool, which again, we went over this on my channel before. I don't think there's that big of a problem with it, but I do have a deeper respect for the people that take 10 years to make a deck. I have a deeper respect for people that have 10 years to make a deck, because there's no shortcut. There's no superhuman you can go to ask these esoteric questions. It's just, this is from my imaginations, from my source energy connection. This is what I am putting out into the world. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's more of a dedication to these types of decks versus maybe an AI deck where you might be obsessed with it for a couple years and then you're over it, right? It doesn't mean that that's less, but I just really appreciate the craftsmanship in people's work that they do and the energy and stuff that they put into it. And this is a 10-year deck in the making. Like, I don't know what else to say. That's a lot. That's a lot of love, focus, and dedication. And I can feel that energy in this deck. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. To all those who have wandered across a fairy ring and wondered what would happen if you stepped inside, that's me. We have fairy rings all over in the park next to our house, and I heard all kinds of things. It's bad luck to step in it, and it's good luck. I make a beeline for those babies, and I frolic myself right into them. And there's even mushrooms that are go all around in those rings, and you can see them. They're all over the park. It's crazy, actually. It's like there was a fairy convention. But I jump and twirl all over in the middle of it as if I'm trying to catch a portal. So, note from the artist, my opportunity to illustrate Fairy Wheel Tarot arrived at a fortuitous time. I had been trapped in a creative rut, unmotivated and uncertain about my direction as an artist. And over time, the style of my artwork had been slowly and somewhat unintentionally shifting away from the work I typically did for my clients. I've been finding it difficult to move forward in a way that was successful. The invitation to Leeza's fairy world came not by opening a secret door, but in the form of an email from Barbara Moore. As I read about the themes of the deck, the ideas I felt I had lost began to return to me. This was a world of wood and wind sprites, high elves, and gnomes. It was a world full of the fantasy stories that had enchanted me from a young age, the kind that had inspired me to become an artist. I couldn't wait to explore this magical realm in tandem with the fascinating symbolism of the tarot. Much like the journey of the tarot itself, the task of creating the artwork came with challenges. The complexity of the illustrations, the numbers of painting, which I painted traditionally with gouache on watercolor paper, made Fairy Wheel one of the largest projects of my career. I am grateful to Leeza for her ideas and encouragement, and to everyone at Llewellyn for their support over the many years it took to complete our trip around the wheel. And then there's a note from the author. The deck you're holding is the longest creative project I have ever worked on. I began Fairy Wheel in 2017 knowing what I wanted to create, a portal of communication between their realms and ours. At first I envisioned a book filled with ways to invite the Fae into our lives, but there was one limitation. Without a visual element, you couldn't see them. A deck, however, offered a more direct experience. It literally places a portal to fairy in your hands. That's when the book transformed into a deck. I trusted the Fae to guide the right artist through the project, and they did not disappoint when Emily arrived. Through her, the Fae came to life in stunning artwork. The process of immortalizing them was slow and intentional. From illustrations to the writing of this guidebook, the Fae moved us on their time. Deadlines shifted constantly, and yet in 2025 it all came together, whole, complete, and ready. I share this because the Fae realms move differently from ours. The Fae do not rush. They linger, they savor each moment. They smell the flowers, they dance under falling leaves, and reveling in life's simple joys. Be warned, when you work with these incredible beings, they demand your full attention. They expect you to engage on their terms. If you are ready to enter their domain, turn the page. The Fae eagerly await your arrival. Welcome to Fairy! So she talks a little bit more and goes into it. We're not going to go into that. You're just going to skip along. The Fairy Portal. Step 1, connect. Step 2, ignite. Step 3, shuffle. Step 4, cast. And step 5, scribe. And step 6, seal. Interesting. What are we scribing? Open your journal and transcribe the wisdom of the Fae. Write your insights and comment on any synchronicities or pieces of channeled wisdom being whispered by the fairies via the cards. And then the seal is giving thanks. So then she goes into tarot spreads here. Tarot spreads, reason of the season spread, happy birthday spread, daily draw, topsy-turvy reading, seeing the issue from a different perspective, a flash of inspiration, an unexpected solution, and action that can be taken right now. And then she goes into the major arcana here. And oh yeah, she has reversal readings, interpretations as well. And this is a color booklet, as you can see. It is not as big as I thought it was going to be, but I like the, it's nicely spaced. It's not too tiny. I can read it. It's manageable. Yeah. Ace of Swords, okay. Anyways, I really fell in love with the artwork of this deck, so I'm so excited to bring it here to you today. So this is going to be another, it's a Llewellyn deck, so again we're going to have the linen finish on this deck, which I actually don't mind. Some people don't like the thinner cardstock. I don't mind it at all. So I love the, what is this, hollyberry inside? Mistletoe? Pretty. It just has that ancient world feel to it. It's like some kind of ancient knowledge. So isn't that pretty? The stripes and striations of the linen press. I do love it. Let's pop it. Let's pop into it, guys. Let's do it. Oh, new deck feeling, that first shuffle. So excited. Check out these colors. And it's like, you know, you see this on the internet. Somebody is like, oh, here's a deck unboxing. Let me just flip through it. And they go through the whole thing. And they're like, yeah, look at that. It's amazing. And then I'm just like, on one part of me, I'm like, good, I'm glad you're showing it. And then on the other part, I'm like, do you really, 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 really understand what it took to get to this point where I'm reviewing it and I'm holding it? It's like so many times people don't understand exactly what it takes for you to get to this point, you know? And I do every tiny little thing, down to this little border down here, down to if there's even borders at all on this card. I mean, so many things were talked about. And you know, it's like down to the colors that were chosen. Is this the right color? Should we his shoe be a different color? Maybe his shoe should be red. No, we're gonna choose blue because of this and this and that. Like so many infinity decisions were made to make this deck, and I just really appreciate that. I just like to talk about that, and that I really value that. But look, I just like that it's like a picture book, a storybook that you're about to embark on and jump into, and look at all these colors of the adventure that awaits you. Okay, I'm talking a lot, I know. I like this jester as the Fool. He loses his hat. These guys are running away with everything he needs in this world. They're fixing to have, looks, they threw a snowball already. And it looks like it landed over there. Or somewhere over there, because you can see the arc. So it's like, they are messing with him. But he is not worried. His face is like, what's going on? So, let's continue. The backs also look beautiful. They match this over here. So this is the High Priestess. Let's see this real quick. The Magician. Oh, the Magician looks cool. What is up with the Magician and the Priestess having like blank eyes? Why is that? I know. They're in meditation trance. I know. He kind of has eyes. Yeah, beautiful. The Empress. How pretty she is. So much bounty, so much to share. Here's the Emperor. I like that. Let me see. Yeah, they look like they could be a couple. The Empress and the Emperor. He is, yeah, it's interesting. I like that as the Emperor. Huh. And the Hierophant, Yep. Let's get close. I'm just getting mesmerized. It's beautiful. No need to comment. Justice. Look at these face sprites. Oh man. Wow. Look at him. So cool. Here is the front of the box. Oh, we broke something. What'd you break? Star. So cool. So now we get into wands, where wands are dragons. Three of wands. Five of wands. Eight of wands. I wasn't expecting this for the Eight of Wands, to be frank. Kind of liking it. I wasn't sure at first about the dragons, but I kind of liking them. They're kind of growing on me. Oh, that's so nice. Ten of Wands. See, I like this is the Ten of Wands because the Ten of Wands isn't only about burdens, which is how I've kind of had it in my mind up until now. It's all about burdens. It's only burdens. But actually, Tarot of the Witch's Garden, their Ten of Wands changed my perspective on that just a little. It's a labor of love. Sometimes labors of love can feel like a burden. But this is it positively aspected, right? When we have family or loved ones or an elderly person or a child depending on us, there's certain things that we need and have to do in order to provide for them. And sometimes that is lugging this big, heavy thing for a time period, you know? I mean, in this card, there's an ending, right? There's a bonfire, there's a rejoicement, there's light at the end of the tunnel. But oftentimes when you're in Ten of Wands, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So I really like that perspective on this deck and Tarot of the Witch's Garden. It's positively aspecting the Ten of Wands. You know, it always has the potential to go out of balance, right? But I never really heard of the Knight of Wands being looked upon like this as a dedication of love to what you're devoted to. Right. So this was another card of contention that a lot of people did not like. They're like, why? Why are you choosing this dragon? Why this dragon over these dragons? Why did you switch the dragon style? And I'm like, dude, this is the Knight of Wands. Let's see, Knight. Yeah. What if this is an evolved version of this dragon? I don't know. I know this is like a looks very Chinese influenced. Even the sun and the other card I showed you earlier looked a little bit Chinese influenced. But they were commenting like, why didn't you just keep the same dragon? I actually like the variants. I actually really appreciate the variants. First of all, it's beautiful to have a card like this in your deck, number one. And then number two, like, they're dragons. They come in all different forms. And you know what? We don't know how they evolve. We don't know mature dragons versus, you know, maybe these are teenager dragons. I don't know. Maybe they lose their wings when they reach a certain maturation age and then they gain horns. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on dragons. I just go with my imagination, you know. Maybe this is a more evolved version of these dragons, or maybe they're just entirely different species of dragons. So I just let my imagination have fun, and I actually appreciate this card. I really love this card, actually. It's nice. And no, she doesn't have to mention anything in her book about it having Chinese influence. I mean, that's, you know, it's up to the interpreter what you want to interpret it as, right? So in this deck, I also like that the queens are fairy godmothers. They're not queen. She's not a queen of wands. She's the fairy godmother of wands. So I'll come up close for her. There also is no black cat in this one, but she does hold the pomegranate. I just love it though. And then the king is the king of wands. Excuse me. Now we're into the cups. Yes, some nudity. Just a little. 5 of cups. Oh, I love the color scheme on this. Oh, some of her eggs didn't hatch. This is such a good card for this. Oh, and the fairies, they're so sweet. But look, there's 2 babies over here that need attention. Yeah, it's a really good expression of the 5 of cups. I love that. 7 of cups. Oh, interesting. Well, which one do you chase after, sir? Which one? Which one will you go after? Nine of cups. Ooh, wishes fulfilled, wishes granted. There's a big magic wand. What do you want? Oh, it's so cool. Fairy godmother of cups. Let's get a close one on you. Oh, such rich, vibrant colors. Love it so much. Fairy godmother of cups. Let's see what the king looks like. King of cups. Wow. Whoa. Get his beard. Whoa. Looks like a Viking. Wow. So we have Ace of Swords. Oh, I like the sprites. They're so cute. And of course the little gnomes with their red caps. 4 of Swords. The little skunk. Six of Swords. Ah, it's interesting. She's going to have to break through some old icebergs of beliefs and viewpoints that she's carried throughout her life. There's nobody traveling with her, which I find interesting. I'm used to seeing the child with her, and I don't understand the antlers. And why are they bejeweled? These are my questions. Gosh, I just want to look on every single card, guys. I'm sorry. I have to skip ahead. This is 9 of Swords. Yeah. Oh, man. man, what a good prediction. Look, he's worried, he's anxious, he's looking what threats might be coming. They're scared at who's going to come to the door. This guy's exhausted from worrying all the time. They just want it to stop. He wants to know what to do next. That's so cool. Okay, Fairy Godmother of Swords. Ooh. I like how the Fairy Godmother of Swords is also a little bit older. And she too is also holding the pomegranate. Interesting. How come swords and wands are holding the pomegranate for the queens? But I do like how she is depicted as an older woman, as to me, the Queen of Wands is a no baloney person. She doesn't bull around. She cuts it straight to the core. Why didn't you fix your hair today? It looks awful. And you brush your hair. Things like that, right? It's just like, tell it like it is. I like that. Let's see what the King of Swords looks like. Oh. See, I always think of the King of Swords to be some type of accountant. I don't know that he really comes off as logical. He looks pretty not logical right here. I'd say he looks pretty creative. Ace of Pentacles. They forged a new idea. Stoked by the dragons. Flames and the fire stoked by the dragons. Aw, the Five of Pentacles. I like this so much more than the two dilapidated people outside of church. I really like this more. Look, the door's unlocked. And furthermore, you could probably fit through there. You could probably squeeze through. You don't have to lock yourself out. It's just a perspective. You can choose to accept help. You can choose to, put your pride and ego aside and just, accept help. It's okay. Seven of Pentacles. Gosh, I just love her artwork so much. Nine of Pentacles. So cute. Knight. Fairy Godmother. Pentacles. She's holding a peach. Looks like a peach to me. Could be wrong. And then here's the King. Let's give it a shuffle, guys. What do you think so far? How are you liking it? What's your favorite card? And what should I gild it in? What color? You know I'm gonna gild it. No. It shuffles like every other Llewellyn deck. So I have the Bee deck and Tarot of the Witch's Garden. Those are my only experiences I've had with Llewellyn decks, and this is exactly the same. Nice and easy, very light, very airy shuffles, very effortless. It feels like I've had this deck my whole life and I broke it in. What are we asking this deck? What gift do you reveal to the users of this deck? what gift do you reveal as your talent in revealing to the users of this deck? What gift are you good at revealing to the users of this deck? Ah, I was hoping I would get this card. We got the Sun, and we got the Hierophant. Okay, so I really like this, guys. What this deck might have to offer us is a different disposition on how we are looking at the situation, potentially with some higher knowledge or spiritual knowledge even, that can help us really bring this disposition into our daily lives. Let's get close, and then I'll read it to you guys. I want to get close on this one since we haven't really looked at this one yet. I like that he's doing, this is a warrior pose, but I am imagining he's doing a sun salutation, which is a series of yoga poses. Same yoga poses typically done in a circle. Not in a circle, but repeated from the beginning. So it looks like this is one of the sequences to the sun salutation sequence. I actually really love that. It shows discipline, dedication, and focus. You can focus on the angel or the devil on your shoulders. It's really up to you. And like the old Native American proverb, which wolf wins, the dark one or the white one? Whichever one you feed the most. So if you're going to be focused on positive things, you have to have a discipline. You have to have something that's going to keep you in that mindset, because we all know how easy it is to slide down that slippery slope. And it takes something of a habit to kind of break that. And that's why I like this, because this shows dedication. This shows the importance and the levity of learning higher knowledge, and however, in whatever way that is in alignment with you. So I like that. Let's read the book. Let's find out this deck has to offer us. So we have this Sun, and I opened right to it. Life blooms under the sun's light. The warmth and radiance of your life has returned, and all around you, things are flourishing. This is an auspicious time in your life, so savor it. Take more risks while this energy is present, as it favors positive outcomes and rewards. Bask in the sunlight, breathe deeply, and release the tension you've been carrying. Oh, so pretty, all the purple flowers. So cool. An elf elder. Are these peonies or chrysanthemums? Tell me, all you flower people out there, tell me. So, yeah, bask in the sunlight, breathe deeply, and release the tension you've been carrying. And that's it for that one. And then we have the Hierophant. We'll go and look at that one. Hierophant, let's get up close. What is old becomes new again, and some approaches never go out of style. More often than not, the solutions you seek are those that have stood the test of time. The record keeper of the High Fae knows that while something new may emerge occasionally, the truth remains. The more things change, the more the solutions stay the same. So yeah, it's that higher knowledge, right? That wisdom, that life experience in a way that meshes with you. So that's it, guys. That's what I have for you today here at the the Craft of Living. Thank you so much for checking out this new deck and all the fun little things I have added. Let me know what struck you most in this video and what you liked the best. Until next time, guys, peace!